She was humiliated on her first day, right in the center of the company lobby beneath the glass atrium where everyone could see. A privileged intern with slicked back hair and a grin too sharp to be friendly hurled a full cup of Coca-Cola into her face. "Oops, thought you were janitorial," he sneered. The cold soda ran down her neck, soaking into the collar of her thin white blouse, her hair tied back tight and professional. Laughter exploded around her, echoing off the marble floors. "She looks like she just crawled out of the basement," someone shouted. Natalie Carter didn't blink. She didn't wipe her face. She simply stood there, the sticky liquid clinging to her skin while the crowd stared, amused and merciless. Hours later, everything changed. The CEO stepped out from the executive elevator, young, sharply dressed, and impossibly composed. The entire floor fell silent, people straightening their suits, lowering their voices. He stopped in front of her, bowed deeply, and said loud enough for the entire lobby to hear, "Please welcome the new chairwoman of Marada Global, Miss Natalie Carter." Gasps spread like wildfire. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. Chairs scraped the floor. The laughter died instantly, like a switch had been flipped. Natalie stood motionless, the soda still drying in her hair. Her temporary trainee badge dangled from her blouse, swaying gently. She turned her head, her steady hazel eyes finding the intern, Jared. She said nothing, but the tension in her jaw sliced through the silence. Jared's smirk faltered. No one in the lobby knew who she really was. No one knew she was born into one of the wealthiest dynasties in the country, raised under private tutors, old money, and quiet power. No one knew her family's name, Carter, had built empires across continents, and she had made sure they didn't. She had come disguised as a trainee sent by the European parent company to observe and evaluate the American branch before taking command, to see the rot, to see the arrogance, to see who deserved to remain. But that morning, they only saw a girl in a wrinkled blouse. As she walked toward the elevator, a group of junior account managers blocked her path, smirking behind glossy lipstick and designer watches. "This elevator's for staff only, not temps," one of them said, her voice razor sharp. "That's a service lift that smells like garbage. You'll fit right in." Their laughter followed her like smoke. Natalie paused, her finger resting on the elevator button. She turned her head just slightly. "I'll take the stairs," she said, calmly. The woman's smirk slipped. Natalie moved through the crowd, silent, watching. She studied how people flocked to power, how they bent to status and ignored anyone beneath them. She saw Jared swagger around the mixer, telling jokes too loud. She saw Vanessa, red dress, sharp heels, fake smile, flipping her hair and laughing for attention. And then she saw Margaret. The senior advisor moved toward her with the certainty of someone who didn't fear anyone. Without a word, she handed Natalie a thick, confidential folder, heavy in her hands. "Direct message from the chairman. You're to review the restructuring plan before tonight's board meeting." Someone overheard. Someone froze. Natalie simply nodded and walked away. The day grew uglier. More laughter, more mockery, more posted to be posted online later as "Coke Girl trainee fails dress code." She ignored every insult, every shove, every cruel joke. In the break room, someone blocked her path. "That outfit's giving thrift store clearance rack," he snickered, snapping a picture. Natalie's eyes lifted, calm but sharp. "Is that all you've got?" she asked softly. He choked on his own breath. Silence followed her out. By afternoon, the cruelty turned vicious. Jared dumped another glass of Coke over her head at the company mixer. The crowd laughed, louder, uglier. And still, she didn't flinch. That night, the security footage hit the boardroom. The laughter stopped. Within minutes, whispers rippled through offices. Carter. The Carter heir. The new chairwoman. The CEO himself bowed when she entered the conference room, announcing her full authority. Suspensions were issued before morning. Those who were cruel were removed. Those who were kind received promotions without speeches or explanations. The story spread beyond the building, across social media, into newspapers, and onto business networks. A headline blazed across screens. The woman drenched in coke is now worth millions. The city buzzed. Employees moved through the halls with lowered heads and careful voices. Nobody laughed anymore. Natalie worked quietly. No revenge speeches, no dramatic punishment. Just restructuring, clean, surgical. On her last day, she stood on the rooftop overlooking Chicago. The wind moved through her hair, now loose, soft against her face. She looked calm, strong, unbothered. Her husband stepped beside her, tall, quiet, steady. His presence didn't rescue her. It simply belonged beside her. She had never needed saving. She had simply needed time. And she had won without raising her voice once. She walked through cruelty and walked out undefeated. Proof that real power doesn't need to shout. It only needs to stand.